Sagittarius, welcome to your solstice reading going. Yes, solstice reading is a message coming in for you. Man, oh man, I got blew away by the first card. By the second card, it just goes. Are we going overboard with you? Are we going overboard with you, Sagittarius? I don't think so. My word, it's absolutely amazing. The underground, the solstice messages, and I've done the collective reading as well. The solstice message, it seems to be a case of the undercurrent that's coming to the surface. And within your relationships here is a brand new beginning for you. If you choose to embody this message in your life, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to need a little bit of patience and stuff like that, and I think it's also going to make you a lot more astute in the way in which you engage in your relationships in the future. But very, very beautiful message for you. And so I just need to check. No, I was just making check that was shut. My fire was shut. So a very, very astute message for you. On your financial side, there is also this planning that's going in here. And not being so hard on yourself, I think, is really important. There's a lot of choices that come out of this planning that you're creating on your financial side, which is going to lead you onto a pathway which is going to make things a lot clearer for you. Let's just go into this. We're going to be doing the yearly reading, by the way. It's going to be live. So you can ask questions according to any of the petals or to any of a petal in particular, or the cards that we pull on the yearly reading. If you want to be asking those questions, if you want to be part of that, you've got to subscribe and click the all notifications on the bell. So then you can find out exactly through the community page when the live is going to take place, and also to ask questions, you do need to be subscribed. On the overall energies though, you get the Ace of Swords. On your relationship side, I think this gives you a focal point to go towards, and it gives you a clear pathway where you're cutting through the mist which is in your spirit, that's stopping your spirit from getting confused over what you really want in the way of a relationship that is around you. And it's making it absolutely crystal clear and giving you that decisive touch that you have so beautifully within you, and you engage in the world. When you really engage fully, there's no holding back with you, Sagittarius. And it seems like there's a lot of an engagement and mental stimulation or intellectual stimulation with regards to your relationship pathway. But it's going to bring in some really good victories. It could even bring in sort of like, engagement, or even just moving in with someone, or that sort of thing that sort of like seems to be playing through you. On your karmic path here, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You've now got two aces on there, which is really good. And it's all about this new start. I think it's a fresh new beginning. And I think also at the same time, it's a very lucky beginning. It's also because you're engaging in a very physical sense in regards to the relationships that are around you. There's nothing been coming out about one-to-one love in the messages from the solstice, but more of a case of how we engage in the relationships that are around us. So it could be family, friends, community. It could be with your partner or any future partner that you're looking to sort of engage with. And here is this new cycle that's coming up for you, where you have a new seed. You've just come past your birthday season. This is, from the solstice, we're into Capricorn time. It's a whole new year for you, and it seems like on your relationship side that you seem to be starting a whole new pathway, which is going to develop a very physical connection with people in relationships around you in a very, very positive and happy-go-lucky way, in a way. From the universe, you get the King of Swords. Now, this figured in the collective reading as well, which you might want to go and have a look at. It will be linked at the end of this reading anyway. But yeah, it was all about this intellectual stimulation. And when we look at your relationship side, you've got a lot of swords going on. You know, you've got the Page of Swords, the King of Swords. Is it the King? Yeah, the King of Swords, sorry. The Seven of Swords. And you've got the Ace of Swords playing on the overall energies. And the universe here is sort of saying, within this mental sort of stimulation, this cutting through of the mist, is giving you that wisdom and that judgment that is going to become, it's going to be like gold in regards to the relationships that are around you. It's going to give not only you a good direction to follow, but it's going to allow the relationships that are worthwhile engaging with around you sort of direction as well, and also bring wisdom, and it's almost as if like you're the like becoming the go-to person within the relationships, in understanding this sort of the mental engagement that we have within relationships, or the logical engagement that we have within relationships. And I think you've been working on this for some time, and I think here is now you're forging this pathway in order for the king to come through. And you've been doing this for some time. I think you've done a lot of work on yourself over the past year. I think it's accumulated in the last 3 months, where it's a lot easier for you to see the plan and the direction that you should be taking, and you have a real sort of thread of life in regards to your emotions. You've really focused on that in the last sort of 2 months, and now it's a case of putting it into place. And I will say that a lot of signs have been getting a lot of pages and a lot of twos as well, which is all about decision making, and it's deciding to go on this pathway. And you seem to get that with this. It's, you know, within your relationships here, it's not only mentally stimulating for you, there's a lot of play in this as well. There's a lot of sort of ideas, exploring the possibilities within the relationships. This is where you're coming from. You've got a lot of ideas that you want to put into action in regards to your relationships, the people around you. And then you have the Temperance. Now the Temperance has those 2 of Cups there, and they're pouring water from one to the other. So pouring a lot of emotions that have been going from one to the other. I think you've been doing that for a long time. Here I think it's more of a case of being patient with the world that is around you, patient with this new path that you are creating, that you are developing, rather than patient with yourself. I think you've got that down and dusted. It's now how do you logically and mentally, not emotionally, engage with it. And this is where you're going to need to be a little bit patient with your emotions, with the emotions of others that are around you, in order for you to get the real results that you the ideal situation that you wish to live in regards to sort of your couple, or your family, your friends, your community, whatever. And at the top of it, you got the 7 of Swords. Now the 7 is, for me, a number of revelation, and the funny thing is you got it on both sides. I think once you start applying these messages that seem to be coming from within you more than anything else, once you start applying that within your life, that's when you're going to get to a point of revelation, of revealing your pathway, revealing this idea of stop beating maybe yourself up, or getting involved in situations that are not worth fighting for. It's a decision. You've got 2 swords in the background, and that person's carrying 5 swords. And the 5 of Swords is a conflict that doesn't serve you anything. And you're preempting this now because you've got this sort of like new pathway that's opening up. You're preempting any complications within your relationships, and this is going to make you feel that you're smarter rather than harder. You're playing smarter rather than harder. You know, trying to make things work. You won't have to try to make things work. It's just going to, through this smart action with yourself and the way in which you engage with your emotions and your relationships around you, is going to make you enjoy life in a very smart way, which is absolutely beautiful for you. On your financial side, you get the Two of Wands. And now on this side here, on your career path, on your business, on your projects, whatever you wish to do within the material world here, this needs planning. And this seems to be coming out, and it's not always the same way, but there seems to be an aspect of planning to this solstice. As I said in the collective reading, it's a sort of like, it comes through the solstice a little bit under the radar. The timing of the solstice is not perfect for any region. It's sort of like in between two times. It's in between midday and sunset, or whichever part of the world you're coming in, because it's at 3:30 or something like that, something roughly around about that in GMT time in the UK. So 5 hours, before that, it's more sort of evening time on the East Coast, sort of. If anywhere, it's maybe the Pacific coast, you're going to get much more towards sort of morning, much more sort of like the beginning of the afternoon, as it were, and stuff like that. And in Australia, it's going to be the beginning of the afternoon, similar sort of thing, scenario, beginning at the end of the morning or something like that. And it's bringing stuff that's under the surface, which will need planning and organisation, because it's bringing things to the surface that, not that we don't know about, but it's certainly things that we may not necessarily have been aware of. We may be able to feel it under the surface. It's like feeling a current of water. And, as you're standing in water, you can feel it around your feet, but less around your knees, sort of scenario. And that's going to need planning. That's going to need, in order to get the best out of it, it's going to need not just organisation, but also a sense of raison d'etre, a sense of actually application of how you apply it within your life. The universe here is trying to encourage you with this planning here to streamline things within your material world, and not trying to take on too much or do too much. It's also sort of saying here that you've actually accumulated a lot of understanding, a lot of things within your life, within your career path or your business or your projects. You've actually done a lot of different things. And those things there is actually accumulation of understanding of passions within your life. And you can be very passionate about various things, multitudes of sort of things. But here I think is saying to you in this message, do not divert your passions too widely. Concentrate on the few rather than the mass, as it were. Go for quality rather than quantity. That's what's coming through. Quality rather than quantity. And from your past, you get the Six of Swords. Yeah, I think your past is almost, it's as if like a river that comes down from a mountain. Obviously, when it starts the river, it's jumping down the mountain. It's quite small, but it's very vibrant. The energy in the river, it's more like a stream, and as it collects more and more, gets wider and wider. You got to a stage here, and I think this is what was leading up to the last 2 months before your birthday. It was almost as if life was just carrying you through, and you're waiting for it to sort of happen. That's what it sort of seems to be. And now it's a case of putting that planning into action, because this is where you're streamlining it with the Two of Pentacles. You're choosing the things that work, rather than just putting your passions into everything. This is revealing to you the message of what you should be living, and the general outcome of it all. And the general outcome is the Seven of Cups. That is the two revelation numbers. I think there is a real revelation out of the application of the message within your life. And with this revelation, it helps you to see which pathway. There's loads of possibilities. There's loads of cups there. But there's this one cup there that's just giving you everything. And it's recognizing that. And that's where you're going to need planning, you're going to need organization, but also at the same time, you're going to need to streamline things. So you're going for quality rather than quantity, and working on the things that really work for you and recognizing that. And I think that's what the revelation that comes out of it is all about. So, yes, Sagittarius, we're going to do a clarification with the Light Seers cards. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do. These cards want to jump around now all of a sudden. So, yes, don't forget about those yearly lives that we're going to be doing and subscribing in order to ask questions and stuff like that. There is loads of links in the description below where you can get a private reading. Loads of things going on. Yes. With the Ace of Swords, you get the Moon. The overall energy does want your success. And I think it comes out of an angle that you don't realise. Once you start applying this this sort of message within your life, it helps you to your success. But it comes without you realising it, almost like a tidal surge up a river. It's just like, you know, you're by the side of the river, you're playing around, you're looking at stones and stuff like that, and then you sort of look up and you kind of go, hang on a second, the river's really risen. And it's like a tidal surge of victory, of sensation of winning in every sort of sense in your life, which really sort of plays through. I got a card that's the wrong way round there. There's another one that's flipped out the other way. I'll tell you, these cards are really dancing for you at the moment. And it was the Magician card. You can manifest a really good future, obviously, through this. And I don't think you need to concentrate on how it's happening. It's just not how it's happening. You don't need to get or when it's happening, or where it's coming from, but more a question of how you can be. Or how you can position yourself in order for this change to come through you, for this revelation to come through you. But the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, this is a whole new start for something that is really beautiful, gets you in complete and utter alignment with yourself. And this is that whole sensation of feeling complete and utter victory. You know, that's totally for you to be totally in love. You know what I mean? And that's what seems to be coming through with the Ace of Pentacles. It is that new physical engagement within your relationships, or certainly within you, of how you physically engage things, makes you come into alignment with yourself and makes you feel that, yes, this is what I should be living. And this is what brings in that wisdom as well. It helps to provoke that wisdom, that universal wisdom that's coming into your life, into your relationship side. It helps to provoke that sort of side. You've got the Justice card. Now the Justice card, obviously 2 cups on there as well. You've got the 2 cups there on the Temperance card. It really is all about alignment for yourself more than anything else. This wisdom comes out of that justice, and that wisdom of the King of Swords is judgment. And that's what you've got. It's clear vision that brings harmony back into your life. Be using your wisdom as you go forward. With the Page of Swords, let's just see what's going on with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, you get the 8 of Pentacles. I think you've been working at it, yeah. I really do. And I think the message here in the solstice is sort of saying, don't give up on what you've been working on. Don't give up on those ideas that you have of how you want your ideal scenario to exist in regards to relationships that are around you. Don't give up on it. Work on it. Nurture it. Good quality work. Concentrating on the things that really make the work for you, basically. But those ideas are bringing those ideas that can really work within your relationships around you. Okay, this Temperance card. What's with this Temperance card? Yeah, you get the world, a whole new cycle. And temperance is also about turning negative into positive, and I think you've got this capacity within you as well. But here I think is, in order for that new cycle to come through and that Ace of Swords connecting with that Ace of Pentacles to come into your life, you need to be patient with the world around you. You need to be patient with your emotions in this sort of scenario, and being very cool, collective, relaxed about it all. Almost an incredibly wise position that you need to be taking in regards to where you're going, and not rushing in. Yeah, not rushing in. Play, smarter, not harder. I think that the whole thing of quality rather than quantity is really sort of the thing that comes through for you. The Seven of Swords, you get the Three of Swords. I think the revelation that is creating in that playing smarter, quality rather than quantity, will avoid that. And I think this is what you're setting up as you get into alignment with yourself. You will avoid a lot of heartache and pain in the going future, because you're playing smarter with your relationships rather than playing harder. Rather than trying to make it work for everybody, you're trying to make it work for you, and then therefore it will connect with people that are around you, very select people that are around you, that works as well for them. And that's when you can come together within your higher plan, or your way of being within your Two of Cups of you. Okay, with the Two of Wands, you get the Page of Swords again. Planning, using those ideas, exploring those ideas, realizing what you've done in the past, what sort of nuggets of gold you can take in the past, so you can let go of a lot of things, and stop carrying too much or trying to diverse too much. This is really sort of like synthesizing those ideas into a plan or a direction that you can adhere to, in order to get the results that you want within your job and your business and your projects. With that Ten of Swords, you get the Seven of Swords. Seven again. The Ten of Wands, you get the Seven of Wands. Do apologise. This is, we've now got 3 sevens on the table. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, and now the Seven of Wands. This is about you concentrating on you. This is all about, as well, this sort of thing. The Two of Pentacles, of making a choice. It's also about that, and how you combine and put all of those sort of like ideas into action. This here is sort of saying, if you really want that force within you and go on your pathway, you're going to have to let go of some things and allow those things to carry you forward. Taking on, in the way in which you allow it to carry you forward is taking your passions that sits well with you, and start applying it within your life around you, which then in turn makes you feel very confident about yourself, and it helps you to go on. It helps you with this notion here of your guides or your inner self taking you to better climates, taking you to a new shore. So with that, you get the Nine of Wands. Wow, look at that. A lot of wands down there, a lot of swords on this side. This is totally you, Sagittarius. You have that fire at the top of you there, and that air at the bottom of you there. You have a lot of air that's filtering through on that side as well, with this fixed air that sort of goes around you like that, but then you have the mutable air of yourself. And you have this air on this side as well, where you have the cardinal air coming through you there, which comes from Libra, but you have your own personal mutable air at the base there. And here is recognizing, allowing things to happen by themselves. And I think allowing things to happen will be those healthy boundaries. And it's mentally stimulating to you, and it allows your fire, which is in this section here, to start making choices and to start focusing on the things that really stimulate you by not deviating. And I think that's what that healthy boundary is about. And I think the guides are trying to help you here by stopping you from doing things that are distracting you from your ultimate goals. With the Two of Pentacles, you get the Page of Swords. That's the Page of Wands. Is it the Page? No, that's the Page of Swords. Page of Wands is there. Blimey. Sorry, do apologise. I'm obviously getting my wands and my swords mixed up here. There's so many wands and swords. It's absolutely stimulating for you. With the Two of Pentacles, you get the Page of Wands. So this is where you now can use those choices of seeing what actually sort of is bringing you in the benefits. And that's going to allow you to play with your passions, play with those ideas according to the planning that is going forward, which is going to produce, at the end of it all, the revelation of knowing where you should be going and what cup you should be following here. And it's converting, you know, it's sort of like testing out how you push out your emotions within this situation, within your career path and your business and etc. What you put your emotions in and how it comes back to you. But once you see that something's working for you, that's when you can put your emotions or your passions into it, which will bring you that result and that direction. Going on to that one cup. And that's what the Queen of Cups, look, she's got that one cup in front of her and she's radiating that. And I think once you start doing it, and that's all part and parcel of that Ace of Swords, once you start doing it, you're going to get this sensation that you're actually winning. And I think this is the revelation for you, that you're winning on all fronts. That it's bringing forth for you stimulation, emotional stimulations for being on the path that's coming from within you. And then you're radiating it out. And when you radiate it out, it's going to connect with all the other people that are around you, which is going to make them sort of like much more happy and much more vibrant. And they're being much more happy and a lot more vibrant is then going to give you a feedback loop, which is going to make you even more passionate and happy about the things that are working for you. And this is where you can start really following your heart's desires in regards to your career path and your business projects or whatever it is. So yeah, there you go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for being here with us. I really do appreciate your support for this channel. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget about the lives that's going to be coming up in between the 27th and the 30th. There's also loads of links in the description below where you can get a private reading with myself and everything like that. And any which way you wish to support us through YouTube, liking, sharing, subscribing, whatever it is, it's absolutely lovely to see. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.